I am anything if not stubborn. So when I was in a friend's stream the other day and was told not to do an unarmed build, you can sort of see where my brain disconnected. Before anything else, however, I must do the YouTuber thing. Hello procrastinators, my name is Loque. This is beating Fallout 4 with only my bare hands. After making the world's most handsome man, then promptly naming him after a sex robot, I had to deal with the preamble of total nuclear annihilation.
Now, I can't wait for the world to end.
Ha ha! That's the spirit.
Jonathan Fallout the Fourth, you despicable, slimy human.
Shut your fucking mouth!
The build I made going into this was a fairly simple, high-agility idiot savant build, as I was going to need every level I could get, and I assumed Vance was going to be my main source of fighting. I tried to run away from my wife and child, to little success, and made it down into the vault, where I went and did my dishes as the unskippable sequence played.
Honey, could you help me?
No. Not 1 minute out of my frozen cell, and I avoided the challenge by instinctively picking up the 10mm pistol on the overseer's desk. And since I didn't have a Pip-Boy yet, I was forced to reload the save the game gives you right outside of it. Making it out of the vault and down to Sanctuary, I met up with Cotsworth and cleared the local fly infestation, then got the hint to investigate Concord. Do note that that was my actual damage to the flies. I should have realized, at this point, this run was going to be much harder than I thought it was. It would take entering Concord and dying to the first pair of raiders that I saw for me to realize that I may have been a little over my head and needed to rethink my strategy. Once I saw that I was both weaker than plywood and durable as paper, I knew that I would have to pivot into getting stronger much quicker than I anticipated. That started with gathering Grognak the Barbarian magazines to increase my crit damage, and a 5% boost each magazine would add up quite quickly once I started gathering more of them. But as I said before, I am nothing if not a stubborn man, so I returned to Concord after getting only 1 magazine. While the added bonus crit damage didn't really help, playing strategically and not charging in did. Now that we are nearly 5 minutes into the video, I feel the need to explain the rules I set for this challenge beforehand. For starters, I forbade the use of power armor, as it would just make the run easy as shit and boring to watch. Second, I had to play on very hard, as I was never going to finish this on survival, which was my original plan. Getting into this power armor to progress the story doesn't count, however, because, fuck you, I make the rules. I knew I had no chance fighting the Deathclaw head on, so the plan I made was to let the raiders do some of the damage, then let Preston have his time to shine, which took so long. Oh, shit! and space. That was something. Yes! I did get an XP for that. Fuck. After dealing with Concord, I was given the assignment by Preston of helping Ten Pine Bluffs with their Corvega Raider problem. However, this was not going to be nearly as easy as I wanted it to be, but I'm going to edit it like it didn't take me an hour of playtime.
Round 1. Fight!
After Corvega, I started to put together a plan, one that would require a lot of levels and a shit ton of drugs. So I made a beeline to Diamond City to help Paul. Okay, to help Cook. Alright, new plan. With neither of their help, I'll have to separate each thug into a 1v1 and just rob them blind, which took about 25 minutes, considering my low damage.
No.
After getting more than enough Kens to sustain my fury, I stopped by the library for the intelligence bobblehead, then beeline straight for the railroad. Just a random note, I've never had a legendary ghoul spawn here, and I almost shit my pants when I saw this one. My game plan for the midsection of this challenge was Ballistic Weave, and since I was siding with the railroad anyways, this was just another stop along the way in a very long game.
Deacon? Is that you? Bingo. Every word he said.
If you didn't have to see,
Desdemona told me to give you this.
an extraordinary feat to recover this. But that's hardly the point.
I'm here on my own.
Geiger counter.
nice work for you agent types. Huh. Hey, Doc.
Target location.
She is such a bad bitch, though.
After several hours of just dealing with the railroad, I was finally prepared to actually start playing the game. When I came to Park Street Station the first time, I was kind of just gunned down immediately. And when I came back, the same thing happened. But here you can also see just how heavily my build relies on crits. Without the crits, I do no damage. That wasn't to say Park Street Station was any less difficult though. It was actually way easier, especially with ballistic weave and some hit and run tactics. We got through the first two areas relatively simply, especially since you can hide up these stairs and mess up the triggerman pathing to get hidden again.
Snake, are you okay?
Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guard.
I made it down to Nick and Dino in about record time, and after taking care of Dino, I rescued Nick and started my way out of the vault.
Ah, my knight in shining armor.
Unfortunately, the confrontation with Skinny Malone was bound to go sideways since I have the charisma of an unborn stalagmite. What is a stalagmite? Fuck.
thought anything so naturally ominous could end up looking so inviting.
With Nick back in Diamond City, I was finally able to just do the Diamond City showdown. I gave Nick all the information about Sean, went and looted Kellogg's house for, well, pretty much anything that wasn't nailed down, and then didn't follow my dog and just went straight for Fort Hagen.
Get Kellogg, boy. Take me to that son of a bitch.
When I made it to Fort Hagen, I methodically tried to take down every synth I could, mostly for the XP, but I just knew that I was going to dread this Kellogg fight, because in the back of my head, I just didn't think it was going to go well. After fisting my way through Fort Hagen, I was sort of dreading the Kellogg fight because I didn't know if it was going to be that hard or not. Well, lo and behold, I did die a few times, but Kellogg wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Though this would be a marker for the future and how it would go. Kellogg's death showed me that I was still pretty weak in terms of fighting literally anything that wasn't the most basic of enemies. So, where do I go from this? I'm only level 18, and if I wanted to do anything else, I would have to power level. Which is where the build goes next. After the hoo-ha of Nick and Piper telling me to go roam around in a dead man's brain for a bit, I decided to pivot and enact the second part of my plan, which was to get to level 30 and collect a lot of magazines. In total, I collected about 9 of the Grogneck magazines, except for the one up in Salem, since I really didn't want to walk that far. I also ended up collecting 5 of the US Covert Op manuals, because stealth was going to be a pretty big part of this build going forward. I did end up shelf spamming a few levels, but I ended up just doing a bunch of railroad side quests to get the rest of it and hit level 30 before I went to Good Neighbor and actually did the main quest line. I made the fastest possible beeline through Kellogg's brain because it's probably the worst part of any Fallout 4 playthrough, and I knew the worst part was yet to come. Not the glowing sea, as the glowing sea isn't too hard if you know where you're going. I mean green tech genetics.
グリーンテックジェネティクスに入ると 呪術サイキックパンチの覚醒が明らかになった。彼の周囲およそ10メートルの範囲内でフィスト氏は必要に応じて時間と空間を自在に曲げられるように見える。標的が遠いほど攻撃にはより多くの速度が加えられる。これまでで最強の呪術師となる。ただし唯一五条悟を除いて。
Just missed the train to tomorrow that I seek. I know you're waiting for me, then no worries. Just betting black, but it's always landing on red. I'm sure that you and I will meet, it's alright.
Risking it all, your life's your only ride. You're not living if avoiding the fight. Play with rigged and roll the weighted dice. If you don't try, already lost the prize. Change the world with one spin. Can't sleep without the risk. Even if you're hesitant, you have to lock it in.
Even if I see your window, at least then I will know. There's a chance you're here and near. Even if I watch you walk away, I hope you turn around. When I cannot sleep, there's a fever. When you're burning high, I will bet on you. Admiring the risk that you always go through. Yeah, risk it twice. I'm so restless just to see you. If this is a dream, I don't wanna wait. All the luck it takes me just to stand by you. Yet another night spent hoping by myself, and I do it twice.
Fucking bitch. After doing green tech genetics, I went back to the railroad and got the courser chip decoded, went back to the glowing sea to get the teleporter plans from Virgil, build the teleporter at Mercer's safe house, Then finally, after way too long of playing this game, make it into the Institute. But because I was siding with the Railroad, I had to play the good boy and do literally most of the Institute questline, which is probably my biggest gripe about the Railroad, is that you have to wait so long to actually beat the game with them. It's almost arduous to a point.
I'm not sure if we can ever make the surface actually a decent place to live.
I'm sure it's best for everyone.
Wait. Z114.
An admirable goal. Look, they mean well. They're only doing what you threat usual. We have learned. I gave you this opportunity to prove yourself. That will now be significantly harder. But I'm sorry.
Can't be serious.
There must be something we can do to help. The only... Right. Absolutely.
All right. We're gonna have to...
Consider it done.
I'll be honest, Mass Fusion was a bit of a snooze fest, especially since I got Railroad Battle Armor and an armored hat that gave me, I think, roughly 240 physical resistance, and that's not even counting probably the 300 plus electric. Mass Fusion is just one long elevator, which made it pretty simple to just go through the level, even though I'm surrounded most of the time by Brotherhood Knights and Brotherhood Scribes. It was here, though, that I learned I could pop the fusion core out of power armors if I crippled them. The elevator ride was genuinely uneventful. I think I just hid behind Ali Fillmore the entire time, mostly because I couldn't shoot back, and even when I had to go trip the breaker, I was sort of just in and out and went down. Fuck! I soaked up a nearly lethal amount of radiation getting the beryllium agitator, and now it was time for the Robo Showdown. I didn't really have a solid plan for the robots, but considering how powerful I was now, I sort of just went head on at them, and even though I didn't take any damage from the explosion by the sentry bot, my immortality was soon challenged, however, as my head was laser beamed off by an Assaultron. After Mass Fusion, I still had to deal with promptly the rest of the Institute questline, which, again, I reiterate, is so dumb that I have to do this that far just to get the Railroad ending. Because I have the charisma of a heavy-footed oaf, I couldn't really do anything with Wallace, but thankfully the dude there will just spawn a synth in the room if you can't do anything about it.
Institute, this is Dr. Thompson. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a synth relay to my coordinates offset by 5.3 to subdue our subject. I appreciate your help with the situation outside.
After doing Father's Speech and messing around in Diamond City, I finally got the opportunity to put the beryllium agitator into the reactor, which meant I was getting so much closer to the ending. Since I had been dealing with Institute politics for about an hour and a half without any fucking deal with it, I finally got some action during the Brotherhood raid of the railroad, and I finally got to fight again, which was fun. After dealing with the Brotherhood assault on the Old North Church, it was time to bring the fight back to the Brotherhood. Except this was going to probably be the most annoying part of the run, because Cambridge Police Station has a programmed vertibird fight, which meant I had to wait for Deacon to shoot it down. The rest of Cambridge Police Station was pretty uneventful, however. It was just more killing of the Brotherhood, which is pretty simple enough when you're as overpowered as I am. Thankfully, once I got on the Pridwin, it was business as usual, and I even hit a sick jump to avoid conversation and planted all the bombs, while sneakily getting in and out.
Stop. This is a restricted section.
One to go. Now to get out of here.
Out of blast range now. Here goes nothing. Shit! Whoa. That's a hell of a rest.
With the Brotherhood dead and gone, it was finally time to march on the Institute and finish this fucking challenge, because good lord, I had lost so much of my sanity playing this. So there it is. Fallout 4, completely barehanded, no power armor, no companions, except for that time I used dog meat. But thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want, and I will talk to you all next time.